from not recognizing him at a restaurant to forgetting his ex-girlfriend stayed at his apartment. Here are all the reasons why Sam Heughen might hate Richard Madden. Shocking news has just emerged about Outlander star Sam Heughen, and it involves fellow actor Richard Madden. Apparently, before Heughen landed the role of Jamie Fraser, he was struggling as a working actor.
Peg, you may be indifferent to your own welfare, but perhaps you have some concern for this English lady's honor. Let her go!
Going from audition to audition like many others in the industry, you know how hard it is when you're not a Nepo baby. During this time, Heughen crossed paths with Madden, who also hails from Scotland and was making a name for himself in the acting world. But in a shocking turn of events, Madden reportedly failed to recognize Heughen at an event, leaving the Outlander star feeling deeply hurt and betrayed. Sources close to Heughen revealed that the incident has had a profound impact on him, causing him to question his own self-worth and talent as an actor.
Sensually
no, of
speaking,
course. I'm trying not
like,
to make any sort of innuendos here, but
that would be so inappropriate.
It'd be so wrong. No, an intimacy advisor, you know, is kind of a more common practice now in the industry. When we started, we were totally green. You know, in your career, you've had to do similar stuff. And
the fact that Madden, a fellow Scotsman, could be so dismissive of him has left Heughen reeling and questioning whether he even belongs in the industry. I guess it made the Outlander actor question if it was all worth the trouble. This shocking revelation has sent shockwaves throughout the entertainment world, with fans of both actors left stunned and saddened by the news. It's a stark reminder that even in Hollywood, where fame and fortune can be found, the industry can be a cruel and unforgiving place. According to his memoir Waypoints, My Scottish Journey, Heughen and fellow Scottish actor Richard Madden were drama school classmates at the Royal Conservatoire of Scotland.
Yeah, I did. I got that phone call when I was on my last month's rent, and then got that phone call, which was great, and asked my agent for an advance, and that helped me get through the next little bit.
Wow, what would you have done if you didn't get Game of Thrones?
Moved back to my parents' house.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's
Is that right?
Yeah, I was at that stage.
Wow, what a great story.
Very lucky.
So you see why this whole fiasco seems so surprising. When the two actors crossed paths at an event in London, Madden reportedly failed to recognize Heughen, leaving the Outlander star feeling deeply hurt and embarrassed. Sources close to Heughen revealed that the incident has had a profound impact on him. The fact that Madden, a fellow drama school graduate and former acquaintance, didn't know that it was Heughen he was shaking hands with. What's more, Heughen has revealed that he was left feeling hurt and humiliated after fellow Scottish actor Richard Madden failed to recognize him at an event, despite Heughen's attempts to put the incident behind him. The trauma of that night has continued to haunt him. He was left gripping tightly to his serving tray.
Yes, I just shot this independent movie in Los Angeles, and I had, well, as much as I could grow a beard, a full-on beard, and my hair was very different, and, you know, I was not training in the gym and trying to be as much as the character as possible, being a writer.
Did I mention that Heughen was working as a waiter at that time? Anyway, yes, and after the whole incident happened, he noticed how his knuckles had turned white, and all he could think of was hoping the ground would eat him up. That was how intense the humiliation felt to him. And the fact that the Outlander actor still remembers that day so clearly, well, that sure says something. But even as Heughen's star rose with his lead role in Outlander, the memory of that painful night lingered. The entertainment industry truly wounds all those who are a part of it, especially young and new actors. And then there's how that moment would stay with Sam Heughen for years to come. I guess the really astonishing thing to note is how the two actors had met several times before. Can you really blame Heughen for wanting to be remembered by one of Hollywood's biggest stars?
Wow. Well, the season is going to be split, like the book, I think, you know, into this, you know, the parts in France and then the return back to Scotland. And without giving away spoilers, but there's definitely some battles towards the end of that season. And
other than that, it's how both went to the same drama school. An alumnus should recognize another alumnus, no? But it was pretty clear that Madden had no recollection of their previous encounters.
Yeah, I got told at the start, like, you do the contract deal and you kind of know when you're going to be killed, but you're not allowed to tell anyone for the whole time.
Oh, so they told you well in advance. Did they tell everyone? I thought they were kind of surprised.
They don't
some
tell
people.
everyone. No, you can't.
Yeah.
You do get terrified actors kind of flicking through to see if they're going to die in the next episode or not.
Heughen, who was working as a waiter at the event, had been tasked with holding a tray of drinks for the guests. As he looked up, he saw Madden walking towards him, gin and tonic in hand. He tried to greet the Game of Thrones star, but the words caught in his throat as he realized that Mad didn't recognize him. It was like when someone waves at you from a distance and you're just about to wave back, but then the embarrassment takes over when you realize they weren't waving at you. You can only imagine how Heughen felt ashamed ashamed and embarrassed and immediately headed for the closest exit. But as the years went by, Heughen's star continued to rise. He landed the lead role in the series Outlander, catapulting him into a worldwide stardom. He went on to star in several blockbuster movies, including The Spy Who Dumped Me and SAS Red Notice. And despite the hurt he felt from Madden's dismissal, Heughen remained resolved to continue pursuing his acting career. Looking back on that fateful encounter, Heughen recognized the power of perseverance and the importance of staying true to oneself in the face of adversity. Despite the pain and humiliation he experienced, he refused to let it define him, instead using it as a fuel to drive him forward in his quest for success. But hey, this isn't the first time you've heard of someone having a bad experience with Richard Madden. Hold on to your dragons, folks, because I have some juicy news from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It seems that two Game of Thrones heartthrobs, Kit Harington and Richard Madden, had to reunite for the highly anticipated Marvel film Eternals. But wait, it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows for the former GOT stars. Madden, who plays Icarus in the upcoming superhero flick, recently spilled the beans during a Q&A with co-star Gemma Chan. And let me just say that his reunion with Harington was anything but pleasant. In fact, according to Madden, it was terrible. Gasp. I can only imagine what went down between these two on set. Did they have a heated argument about who deserved the Iron Throne? Did they engage in a battle of wits, armed with nothing but their sharp tongues and cunning minds? Or did they simply squabble over who had the better hair? Whatever the case may be, I know you're on the edge of your seats waiting to find out. Will there be tension between the two actors on screen? Will they bury the hatchet and become best buds once again? Is this some serious business? Well, I'm just messing with you. To everyone's surprise, Madden said he didn't have a very positive experience working with Harington again. But before anyone could react, he burst out laughing and added, "I hated it the first time, and I hated it more the second time." Of course, Madden was just joking, and he quickly clarified that he was thrilled to see Harington again on set. He even reminisced about a night out with Chan and Harington in Camden, saying that working on the Marvel set with his friends felt like another Friday night out. In another interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Madden revealed that working with his old friends on set was both enjoyable and challenging. "It's always lovely to work with your friends," he said, "but at the same time, you have to remind yourself that you're there to work and not just hang out with your pals." Despite the challenge, Madden said he cherished the opportunity to work with Harington again, and that it was a unique experience to be able to share the screen with his longtime friend. And in case you're wondering how life's been for Sam Heughen, it's not all kilts and castles for Outlander star Sam Heughen, who's recently revealed the challenges of filming the show's 7th season. As the Scottish heartthrob braves the freezing temperatures of his homeland, he's confessed that night shoots in the winter are the bane of his existence. It's a grueling job for Heughen and his co-stars, including Katrina Balfe, who portrays his on-screen wife, as they work tirelessly to bring 16 episodes to fans, a 4-episode increase from the previous season. Despite the difficulties, the dedicated crew is pushing through the long days of shooting, bringing to life the epic tale of Jamie and Claire Fraser. That's a wrap on why Sam hates Richard Madden.